question, you are asking if there's a method for measuring peer relationships in university students, and it looks like you're specifically asking about a questionnaire that can be used to assess the level of peer relationships. So, how students are able to relate to their peers. And the answer to this question really depends on whether you're doing a qualitative or a quantitative research study. So, there's a difference between qualitative and quantitative. If you're doing qualitative, you're focusing on observations and interviews, and you're really looking at themes that are based on descriptions that students give, and you're going to report your findings in the language of the informant. So if you're doing a qualitative questionnaire, then what you want to do is leave open-ended questions, asking things like, for example, how do you feel about your relationships with your peers? So you're really not giving a lot of guidance. You're letting the students answer, and you're the one who's interpreting what they say, but you're not giving a structure that they would answer according to the same way that you would with quantitative. And what I mean by that is with quantitative, you're talking about measurement. You're doing numerical comparisons and statistical inferences, and then you're analyzing those statistics. So, for example, you might give them a questionnaire that says things like, on a scale of 1 to 5, how strong are your peer relationships? Then the students are going to go in and they're going to circle their number. Say they circle 4, the next student circles 5, the next student circles 3. You would average those numbers together and report your findings with a number on a scale of 1 to 5. So notice how that's really different than the qualitative method, which has to do with the students' words and their descriptions, versus the quantitative method when you're giving them that scale and using that as a structure for their response and then reporting your findings through numbers. So the first thing that we would need to know to answer this question the right way is, are you doing qualitative or quantitative research? Once we know that, we can decide on the best method for analyzing those peer relationships and how you can ask questions on that questionnaire and how you can measure and report the data that you find.